station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Michelle E. May is on the phone, and boy, she has written some book here. It's the kind of book that makes you think, and if any of this stuff is even possible, with the spiritual element of things. You know what? And I think they are. Michelle is a member of the Mystery Writers of America, Sisters in Crime, Chicago Writers of America. She's the vice president and program chair of the Chicagoland Group, and she's the author. Her novels have been picked up by Harlequin. Her book that we're focusing on today is called Purged. It's the fourth installment in the Circle City Mystery Novel series. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you calling from?
How are you? Pardon me?
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Chicago.
Chicago. Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how are you? How you doing?
I'm just fine. A little chilly today. Our temperatures keep going from 80 to 50, so
Wow.
Wednesday they'll settle down, I guess.
Do you know there's a lady I know on Facebook, and I actually know her in real life as well, but I hardly see her because she's in New York and I live here. She's married to one of my childhood friends. Anyway, she's into the whole Wiccan and witch thing. She's into all that stuff, and she writes about it. And I don't know what to think. I mean, I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, my friend seems to be level-headed. I guess she is too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the difference between what she likes to read and what I wrote is that Wicca is really not, it's a religion. It's really not about being a witch, even though some people think that that's what it is. They're more into that spiritual thing and working with nature, and the goddess that they praise is really the basis for Mother Nature, who hasn't been very nice to us lately. But that's more of a spiritual thing for them. It's not really going out and doing nasty spells on people.
Well, and I didn't mean to make that impression upon you, but I mean, in the book where you have the characters are literally interacting with spirits, though.
Well, they do, some rituals that may seem that way, but they're not really working so much with the spirit as just praising the earth and praising the goddess who supposedly is there, the person who kind of puts nature out there and keeps it safe. But I really wanted to go into a little more, this was a real stretch for me. I wanted to go into a little more of, how we need to, in this country, especially where we have religious freedom, think about that and realize that, yes, we have our beliefs, but maybe someone else believes differently, and we can't persecute them for their beliefs.
Well, and I think that's the whole purpose of the freedom, the part of the Constitution that gives us freedom of religion.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, I think we should be allowed to do all that. Yeah, and I think we do. I think we do a pretty good job. I think legally we do. I think sometimes socially we have issues because people are people.
Right.
Yeah.
And
but I wanted to, give them a sense of what was that religion all about, and let's look into people's religions. Let's really study them and find out what they're all about before we decide to persecute them. And unfortunately, my character, who turns into a serial killer, has been abused by someone all of his life, and he turns himself into this avenging angel who looks at any religion besides his own as wicked, and he needs to purge the earth of them.
And according to a detective's point of view, like Chanel, I mean, she has the law to uphold. She has got, when she sees things happening, she's got to make sure to stop it before it turns into crimes. But she still has that human element about her also, compassion.
Yes, she's a great character, and I really enjoyed writing her. She sort of shows up in the first few books as someone kind of in the background, but I brought her to the forefront this time because I thought she could be a really great character. And, you know, you see kind of her personal side, too, and how she's struggling with a boyfriend who's not been exactly true blue to her, and whether she wants to continue or try again with that relationship is a big part of her struggle.
So if somebody's religion requires them to do away with people they disagree with, then we don't want to tolerate that religion or that behavior anyway, or that manifestation of their beliefs. And it sounds like that's what she's up against, is somebody who believes that, well, I guess the way that ISIS is believing right now, or even the way Hitler believed, if you don't agree, we kill you.
Right.
Right. And you can see that in many religions. So that's, I guess, why I kind of tackled this. But I think I also was really fair because it's the Christian religion versus Wiccan religion, and I think I was really fair in showing how good Christian people really are, too. At least I hope that that's come across to my readers, that I'm not condemning their religion because this particular person just happened to be a Christian and decided he was an avenging angel, but that how those two characters, the other two characters, the preacher and his wife, grew through this experience too.
How do you keep your objectivity in this? Because it really is kind of sensitive when you write about a person's religion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just have always felt that we all, being a citizen of the United States of America, I've always felt like our country was based on and founded through people who were persecuted for their religion, and they came here to avoid that. And even in our Constitution, our forefathers tried to make it very clear that government shouldn't interfere in our religion and that we shouldn't persecute one another for how we believe. So I guess that has always helped me be objective, because even though I'm brought up in the Christian faith, I have studied other religions. I do understand that there are people out there that are just fanatical. Even, we've heard so much about the Muslim religion right now. The true Muslim is not a hateful, radical person who goes out and murders people because they look at them as infidels. Those people, if you really look at their religion, are rather peaceful as well. Muhammad was not a radical person who preached going out and murdering anybody that didn't believe the same way that he did.
I don't know anything about Muhammad, but the Muslims that I know are exactly the way you described. I mean, they're as nice as can be, but the Muslims you hear about in the news, and it's
right.
and if you're going to call yourself with a name that associates yourself with a religion, then you're kind of doing a disservice to that religion, and I'm sure it's not a comfortable thing. I mean, can you imagine if there was a group that called themselves the Lutheran Crusaders or something like that, and they were killing people? How you would feel? You go on your book by M.E. May, so I want to make sure the listeners know how to look you up. M as in the initial for Michelle, and E, the middle initial, and May as the month that we're in right now, M.E. May. The book is called Purged. I do have a copy of the book. If you would like to have the copy that was sent to us, you can call me and I'll put your name on it. It'll be waiting for you. Michelle, do you have a website we can go to check out your other books or to buy this one?
Sure. You can look me up on www.memay-mysteries.com. And Amazon and Barnes & Noble, all those places you can get online and order the book. The e-books are only on Kindle, so you'd have to go to Amazon to get them, but they're only $2.99, so it's a good bargain if you're an e-reader.
I like my Kindle. Michelle, thank you for being on the air with us today. Good luck with everything you do, and definitely come back with the 5th installment or anything else you happen to be writing. You're always welcome back.
All right. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you. We will take a little break and we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Intervals of clouds and sunshine today with a thunderstorm.